Uh, what are we doing? What are we listening to?
Yeah, it's just unless you guys want to do something different, I think easiest path of least resistance is just going to be, hey, what are you guys listening to right now? What's getting some heavy rotation in your car, in your
Sure.
headphones, or whatever is cooking for
I,
you.
I think that's a good one.
I have two, so that's
Oh, great.
a
Well, that
new.
covers um
Sure.
for Ryan, since Ryan's not going to be here. So, all right, let us get cracking, shall we?
100.
I'm Bert,
I'm Drew.
I'm Ron.
I'm Ryan.
and this is the 100 Albums podcast, where we usually discuss the ins, the outs, and the absurdities of a poster that depicts 100 seemingly random albums. But today is something different. It's another Between the Episodes episode, where we're once again going to talk a little bit about what it is that we've been listening to lately. And unfortunately, once again, Ryan is not here with us today. Ryan, we love you. We miss you. I'm sure that you would have a ton to contribute to this episode, but you're not here, so tough shit. Who wants to kick it off?
I got one, y'all.
What do you got, Ron?
All right. So I am a huge Black Crowes fan. Have been since they came out. And their new album, or their newest album, Happiness Bastards.
Do not disturb on the door. Have a clothes on the floor. Bedside manner, profane grammar.
Because if you're a Crowes fan, there's always a lot going on with them as far as, rumors, dramas, hiatuses, breakups, and whatnot. I was a little apprehensive. I try and push all that stuff out when listening to anyone's albums, but it happened with this one. But eventually I heard the first track, just on Pandora, and son of a bitch, this is a slamming album. It's got some lineup changes on it. They don't have Steve Gorman. They have a new guitar player on there, but they did retain Sven Pippen, which makes me happy. And then of course the Robinson brothers. But there's I had to cheat on this one, so I'm going to steal from Classic Rock Magazine, who said, a rock and roll record that's funkier than a tramp's cax, more soulful than a gospel convention, warmer than a mother's love, and groovier than the Grand Canyon. And it's
Wow,
yeah, dude, it's
that's a good
rockin'
review.
album. I know, and it's a rockin' album. There's a couple things that I'm not a fan of on there. Not going to go into terrible detail about it, but it's a damn good Black Crowes album. So go check it out. It's great.
Nice. Drew, how about you? What's getting heavy rotation for you lately?
I've got two, and one has just been a long-term heavy rotation. I've been waiting for one of these minis to expose him to all you guys. His name is Chassoul. Christophe Chassoul, to be exact, and he's a French composer. So he takes, I think he's from actually Martinique, and this is what's cool about him. I stumbled across him because of Duolingo, because I am a studier of the French language, and when Duolingo came around, I started rehashing my love for the French language, and Duolingo has a man, it sounds like an ad for Duolingo, but they have a.
This episode's sponsored by Duolingo.
Yes, they have a podcast thing now, or not now. It's been going, and they just release podcasts in the language of your study, in kind of very basic language, easy to follow to try to get you stretched out. And this whole one podcast was about Chassoul, and I'm like, oh my god, this music's incredible. And I looked into him, and I've just been a fan ever since. So what he does, almost in the same camp as like another French composer, Messiaen, from the classical era, if I'm saying that name correct. Modern, not classical era music, but he loves bird sounds, and he will take sounds of nature and sounds of people. I should summarize this to make it shorter. And let's put it in terms of modern day. He makes loops of these and creates songs based on these loops. He puts music to it. Do you know when, like, Donald Trump was coming around the first time. I think it was Mono Neon, a bass player. He would take like Trump. They made a video of Trump saying China like 500 times. In this bass player, I think it was Mono Neon. I can't remember, but like play bass to the to the things he was saying.
You go over to China, 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 China.
And this is kind of what Chassoul does in a way, and he creates a soundscape out of natural sounds he records and then puts music to it and makes songs out of it. It's fascinating and it's very captivating. If I had to say to a song to listen to get you hooked, it would be a song called Mario Part 2. It's got this great drop in it. It's just super cool stuff. I can't say enough about it. Very fascinating stuff. If you're into more eclectic, interesting kind of music. Yeah. So
right on. Well, my lately has been getting a ton of rotation. I have to give a shout out to my brother Sean. He actually sent this to me as a recommendation. The artist's name is Claudio Corona, and the album is titled Imagination Unlimited. And the first track on the album is called Burn the House Down. And damn, is it good. It's funky, it's keyboard rich. Drew, I think you would really enjoy it.
Who's the band again? I missed your
Claudio Corona.
Okay.
Is the name of the artist. And the album is Imagination Unlimited. So there's 10 tracks. It's 35 minutes long. So it's not anything that's too crazy long and you have to invest in. It's another, as I talked about in the Frank Sinatra episode recently. I talked about something that you can have on in the background or something that you can actively listen to. It fits both bills. It's instrumental, so there's not. I think it's all instrumental. Don't quote me on that. I don't think there's singing. I think it's all just kind of the band. And it just came out about a year ago, in May of 2024. So it's relatively new stuff. Highly recommend. Burn the House Down's the first track. It's a great song. Hitting the Strip, is a good song. There's Siren's Call. There's a couple of really good tunes on there, but it's also good from start to back. So it's just a lot of fun. It's funky. Get your toe tapping.
So is this like a little bit of a harken to maybe Medeski, Martin and Wood flavor?
Kind of, yeah. Medeski, Martin and Wood kind of vibe, or
Soul Live.
Yeah, Soul Live. Some of these that are kind of funky, jazzy. It's a lot of fun. So,
yeah, can never get enough of that.
Yeah. Drew, you said you had a second one. Did you want to talk about that?
I do. This one's hot off the press. Unbeknownst to me, she just put out a new album this fall, and I heard it on our local radio, WRFA. Shout out to WRFA, Jamestown, Power for the People, Low Power for the People. They played an interview with her, and I thought, man, I recognize that voice, and I love it, and I Shazammed it like you do. Because like radio stations do, they don't always tell you who you're listening to when you need to know. And it's a woman called Lady Blackbird, and I highly suggest checking her out. I don't know much about her. She's a American singer of the jazz and soul ilk, but she apparently is based in the United Kingdom, I'm reading now, which makes sense because I've heard her talk and she seems to have some kind of a British accent. But when I looked her up briefly to just give you some info on her, it says she's been described as the Grace Jones of jazz, which really makes sense because so we saw her. We have been able to go to Newport Jazz Festival twice in our lives. My wife and I, we loved it so much, and we're going again this year. We're committed. And it's just such a cool place to see these people that we've never heard of before. And, when you go back to the 60s, that was when Coltrane and Miles Davis and all these dudes were playing then. So it's cool to see these people that might be future superheroes. And so she comes out She's got this white, I think it's a wig, but just white afro kind of situation. Barely wearing any clothes, and she just destroys her set. We were like, oh man, we've got to check this girl out. And so she's awesome. This new record is it's called Slang Spirituals, I think. And the song that caught my attention was called Man on a Boat.
To the river just outside my door, I want to.
But that's a little bit of a deviation from a lot of, I don't know, it's not though. The record is very much folk with some soul. Like, I don't know, I get Ray LaMontagne vibes from some of it. And then it comes in, man, the first track, it just comes in straight spiritual gospel, hits you right in the face with it. The first couple songs, actually. A great listen all around. I really need to start getting deeper on this girl. Lady
That's
Blackbird.
awesome.
Lady Blackbird.
Lady Blackbird. Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for sharing your current listens. 100 Albums family. Let us know what you think. What are you currently listening to? Or do you have thoughts about the things that we're talking about? Let us know at 100albums at bertislo.com. That's 100albums at bertislo.com. You can connect with us on Instagram and Facebook. Send us a couple of links at 100 Albums Podcast. Or you can visit our website at 100albumspodcast.com. Thanks so much, guys. And we'll see you all next time.
Y'all have a good week. Can we get back to the point of Drew learning French?
Oui.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui, mon ami. Je m'appelle
Hey.
Lafayette.
Sounds like I'm not the only one learning French.
No, I was just, that's
Everything Bert knows in
it's
French.
Hamilton. It's Hamilton.
Okay.
Oui, oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette, the Lancelot of the Revolutionary set. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not doing Duolingo as well, Drew. I'm doing Espanol.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I don't know why I picked French, but that was back in the day when they taught French in school, and I just I'm not a rebel, but I tend to deviate from the norm, and I didn't want to take Spanish, so I took French, and I just like it. You know, it's fun.
My dumbass took 5 years of Latin because,
Wow.
yeah, 5 years of a dead
5
language. that no one
years?
fucking- Yeah.
But Latin, man, I didn't know anybody was still teaching that even in our day.
Well, we had that in our high
dude.
school. Melissa did that. She took, I think, 2 years in high school.
Wow.
But wow, 5 years, Ron. Damn. I
never
wish I knew
Yeah.
how to say damn in Latin.
After
It's
5
probably-
years, you learn to say some creative things.
Yeah,
like I know some very salacious things to say, and if I ever meet a 5,000-year-old Greek zombie,
I'll know who to call.
Yeah, right.